Good morning, everybody, again. Welcome again to the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell. I'm your host, Keegan Jewell. Whether you're checking us out on YouTube, watching there, or you're listening on Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you're checking us out, just like to say welcome. Thank you for checking us out. The Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell, where we're coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. So I want to encourage you guys to hit the subscribe button. What that'll do is notify you every single week when there's a new episode, because again, coming together one Monday at a time. Every single Monday we have a new episode that comes out. Reach our full potential. Mondays can be tough, and I'm all about here just wanting us to be able to kick our Mondays off the right way, positive way, motivating way, but also realize that each and every one of us are living our lives, right? Each of us are living our lives, and sometimes that is within our calling. Sometimes that's what we're called to do, our purpose and all that. And other times we're not really, may not be there. But I want to help us each week get there and get closer to that. So, that's what we're all about here. Reaching our full potential one Monday at a time. Through whether it's an interview or an episode like this morning that we've got. So that being said, going to get into this week's episode of the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell, where we're coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. All right, good morning again, everybody. It's the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Jewell. And yes, that is a typo, purposeful typo in the title. I purposely titled it that way. One, just because I feel like whenever we have this conversation about no regrets and all that, I always think of all the pictures and the memes of people getting tattoos that say no regrets, and it's like no regrets or no regerts. They're always a letter off, or stuff like that. I always think of, whenever I think of no regrets, living with no regrets, I always think of just those funny tattoos that you may see that people got a typo, and it's like that the rest of their lives. So yes, the title says no regrets. It is supposed to say no regrets. It's a little bit of a, clickbait / I just figured why not? Why not throw it there? Because this week we are talking about no regrets, kind of. Because if you're like me, you've probably heard the phrase, live life to the fullest, and live life with no regrets, which, yes, live life to the fullest. Enjoy life. I'm not going to set, we shouldn't just sit around and just be like, oh, hey, I'm going to sit and not do anything, right? Shouldn't be doing that. So yes, when it comes to living life, we should live life to the fullest. Go on those adventures, go travel overseas, go do those things that you may not normally do. Live life to the fullest. Have no regrets in life. But at the same time, in some areas of life, I feel like it's good for us to have regrets, right? I feel like at times we can, we're always saying live life with no regrets. Don't have any regrets. But when it comes to figuring out what to do in life, sometimes I feel like regrets can be a good thing. This is something that's been on my heart and my mind a lot lately, actually, because I feel like sometimes we look back on life and, we always think of, oh, what if? We always ask kind of the what ifs, what if I would have done this instead? As I was coaching basketball, helping coach basketball this last season, made me think back to my high school days, and when I was looking at what college to go to, and I almost went and played basketball in college, and it made me think, what if I would have gone to college and played basketball? What if I would have gone to that different college, and what if, would I still be where I'm at? What if? And sometimes, do I regret not going and playing basketball and taking that opportunity, taking that chance? I mean, yeah, there are times where, I sometimes wish, oh man, that would have been great to go and be able to experience that lifestyle, I guess, that college life, that different change in life. But at the same time, I realized that I may have been at a different spot. There's a reason I took the path I did. It's because I felt like it was, I mean, for me especially, it is the one where when I chose my college, I had to decide which one I felt like um, which one would give me the best opportunity when I was graduating, where I'd be prepared the most. And that's why I chose where I did. But I want to take this back to, anyone really, as we live life. Um, I think of people that have a job opportunity, right? And they decide not to take it. And then they go, and sometimes people live life with regret of, I wish I would have done that. Um, and, I think that can be helpful. I really do think that can be helpful as we go and figure out what we're doing in life, what we want to do in life. Again, going off of that tagline we've got here, reaching our full potential. If you turn down a job and then you go and you regret it later on and you go, man, I wish I would have taken that. Maybe that's a sign that that's a direction you should maybe lean towards and try and go for, right? Um, or, maybe you do take a job and you go, man, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. I really regret taking it. Um, Either one, really. You have to just kind of weigh, like, is this a decision you have to weigh? Is this a regret? Is this something that I'm going to regret? And if it is, maybe even sometimes it's, is this a regret I'm okay with having in life? Sometimes we just have to, I mean, we're always going to have regrets, honestly. Like, there's always going to be things in life that we're going to look back on and be like, man, I wish I would have done this instead, or I wish I would have done this or that or the other. It's always going to be like that. But at the same time, so with that being said, we have to really determine what regrets we're okay with living in life. Um, you know, for me, I am okay with looking back and regretting not going to play basketball in college. Is that something that would have been great and awesome? Yes. Would I have enjoyed it? Definitely. But I look at where I'm at today. I look at the things that have happened and I go, you know what? That is a regret I'm okay with living with in life. And so, like I said, you just have to balance the regrets. And to balance future regrets, you have to go and look back at past regrets you have, right? I mean, I don't even know how to, yeah, just even that. Looking back and going, okay, you know what? I'm okay with having a regret in life that is something that led me closer to where I'm at today. Like, and going on and being like, you know what? I'm okay with regretting not going to playing basketball because I realized that I had something better in mind and planned. I think of this move I made, moving 10 hours. Was that something that I may have regretted if I didn't do it? Possibly. Was that a regret that I was willing to let go? Not really. When it came down to it, I had to decide, what regret would I rather have? Would I rather have the regret of going for this job, moving out somewhere, getting here and going, okay, a little ways down the road going, this was the wrong decision. Looking back going, that was the wrong decision. I should have stayed in Nebraska. That's one regret. Or I could go and say, I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm not going to take this job that seems like it's where I'm supposed to be. And then live the rest of life going, man, I really wish I would have made that move. I really wish I would have done that. That first regret is something I would rather have. And so when it comes to living life with regrets, that's just something we have to do. We have to weigh each regret. Look at each situation and go, okay, kind of, what are the regrets I have? What are the regrets that are possible? I should say that. Each and every day. I mean, every decision we make, there's going to be different decisions. I wake up in the morning. I go, okay, you know what? Do I want to just get on with my day or do I want to have breakfast? Well, I could have breakfast and possibly regret taking some extra time and losing some extra sleep to get, or losing the sleep that may have come with skipping breakfast. I can do that, or I can go, you know what? I would much rather regret having to get up at that time rather than regret not having breakfast and being hungry for that much longer. That's a weird example, but I think that we get the point. Um, each decision we make, there's going to be two sides of it. There's going to be two sides of regret, really. It's going to be a matter of what regret are you going to be willing to live with. I'm going to say that again. When we make decisions in life, we need to ask, what regret am I more okay and more willing to live with? And as we make decisions towards our calling, towards our purpose, it's going to help us, because if I'm upset, if I take a regret, let's say I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in life, right? And I go, you know what? Um, for instance, let's say going through college, I'm like, I don't know what I want to do in life. I don't know what I want to do. I go and I work retail like I did. Do I regret working retail? No, that was a great experience. But if I would have decided to go somewhere else, if I would have had a retail job and this other job, a restaurant job, I go and work the restaurant. I don't think that regret would have been so big. That would have been like, man, I need to work retail, getting out of college. Let's say, I was trying to figure out what to do. I can continue to just serve and do that, or I can go and try and find a job right away. I can go and work this job. I could, really, yes, I have my degree in this, but I really could have continued to find, like, I could have found the job I did as a delivery driver and been like, I'm going to do this and have this job and just serve and volunteer. Or I can go and I can try to find a job in where my degree is. If I would have chosen the delivery driver job, and let's say I choose that and I'm like, you know what, this is what I'm going to go with, and then I regret it and sit there years down the road and go, man, and not even years down the road, but a couple months in and go, man, I really wish I would have gone with what my degree was in. That regret shows what I'm called to do, what I'm supposed to do. Even if it's years down the road, you can still go and be like, you know what? If I have this passion of a regret and this regret is eating at me this much, there's a reason for that. And that reason is because that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's where the whole live life with regrets comes in. Be willing to regret decisions, because if you're that passionate about a regret and that regret is eating you up that much, then that means possibly that whatever that decision would have been that you're regretting not taking, maybe that's what you're called to do. Maybe that's what you're supposed to be doing. Use regrets to fuel you. Regrets can do two things. Regrets can tear you down and keep you bummed out and go, man, I wish I would have done that. I chose the wrong thing, and eat you up. Or they can fuel you to live out that thing that's eating you up. Maybe you're someone here that's sitting here and you're going, man, I really regret not doing this. I really regret not trying to start this business. I really regret not reaching out and shooting my shot with that job. I whatever it is, I really regret not doing that. I really regret doing this. If it's eating you up, let it fuel you. Any regret, really. Don't let any regret just eat you up and tear you down. Because if you focus on that regret, you're going to continue to focus on it, you're going to feel bogged down and wore down. And then you're just stuck. So again, I'm going to leave us with this. Regrets can do two things. They can fuel us, or they can eat us alive. Which one are you going to let your regret do? Are you going to be fueled by your regret and go, I'm going to go and act on this? Or are you just going to let it sit there and go, man, I really should have done that. I should have really done this differently instead. Just sit on that. Think on that this morning. Think on that this week. Maybe write things down. Write a list down. Think back on maybe some regrets you have in life and ask yourself, are these fueling me or am I allowing them to eat me up inside? It's for you to decide. Um, I want to encourage you guys to be fueled by your regrets. Live life to the fullest, but also be willing to live with regrets and learn from your regrets. Um, so yeah, that's all we've got this morning. Thank you guys for tuning into the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Toole. Again, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, listening on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, whatever it is, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And again, thank you guys for checking us out this morning. Be willing to share this with someone that maybe needs this. And yeah, I mean, go and live life with no regrets. Yes, I meant to say that again. But really, go live life with regrets. And just make sure you're choosing the right regrets and being fueled by the correct ones. So, again, it's been the Monday Motivation Podcast with Keegan Toole. We're coming together one Monday at a time to reach our full potential. Catch you guys next week.